Interested in hearing what the public has to say, and that's really what this is designed to do. Just a couple reminders for tonight. One is, if you wish to speak, we have a sign-up list that's there at the tables outside. You do actually have to either be a resident or a staff member here with Raytown Schools to speak. But again, that sign-up list is out there. If you feel in the middle of the meeting that something has come up that you wish to speak to, that crew will move to the back of the room, and you can go back there and they'll check your address and make sure you're resident, and then we'll get that information up here to Mr. Burton so you can speak.
Back there.
And students.
Right, and students. Thank you. At any rate, we'll go ahead and turn over to Mr. Burton and get started.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Alonzo Burton, and on behalf of the Board of Education, I would like to welcome you all to the first of two public forums we're holding to consider input and comments regarding equity and inclusion, district discipline policies, and school safety. As members of the Board of Education, we understand that this is a critical time to have important conversations about these issues. We believe creating this opportunity to listen to perspectives and ideas of our students, parents, and employees and patrons is important in fulfilling our roles as your elected officials. Please understand that we will not have answers or solutions this evening. Our intent is to listen and to come together as a board and give serious consideration to the information that is shared tonight. Although we won't be able to respond to your comments tonight, we encourage you to share your thoughts through whatever means you are comfortable with. If you are a student, parent, employee, or resident of the district and would like to speak tonight, as you've been stated earlier, you may sign up just outside the door on one of the sign-up sheets. We have allotted 3 minutes for each speaker to share their thoughts in order to allow a maximum number of participants. Excuse me. If you have thoughts to share but do not want to speak, or if you're not a student, a parent, employee, or a resident of the district, you may share your thoughts in writing through our website at www.raytownschools.org. Under the Board of Education drop box, just click on the link to contact the Board of Education to submit your comments. Before we begin with our first speaker, please keep in mind that our speakers will not be permitted to participate in gossip, make defamatory comments, or use abusive or vulgar language, or identify other students, parents, or employees by name. Because we're here to listen, please do not interrupt or make comments while our speaker is at the podium, so we can ensure that we hear all their comments. I would like to add that we're going to give priority to our students to speak first, so that we make sure that they have time to speak, and then we'll follow with parents, employees, and then residents. Thank you for being here and caring about our schools. We are here because we all want to come together in unity and find solutions to some of the problems and the issues that we've been addressing lately. I'm sure that we're all here because we want to do what's right for our community. We want to improve student achievement, and we want to make sure that our students and our staff and everyone in our community has an opportunity to reach their full potential and enjoy success. So we can get started. I know that there's a couple students.
Yeah, here's the list we have right now.
Okay.
There's another one.
All right. So first we have, and excuse me if I say your name wrong, we have Brianna Bauer. Just come to the podium here.
Make sure your mic's on.
Christian Bell is also on that list.
Yes,
Is it okay if we do our time together?
sure,
Okay.
sure.
Hi, my name is Brandon Bonner. I'm here as a student, but I'm also here as a representation of all of our students because I've had a lot of conversations with them recently. I'm the one of the editors here with the other of our Raytown South School newspaper, which is the Red Pages, and I'm working on an article currently about Michael Parks, who was our student at Raytown South who was murdered by gun violence, as well as the overarching issue of how gun violence is affecting Black students in Raytown, in Kansas City, in Missouri, and in all over the United States. So as I've had conversations with students, I just want to let y'all know that we're more concerned about it than we're pertaining to me, because I've had a lot of conversations with students who are appearing to be fine in their classes, and outside when they come talk to me, they just start breaking down. They're like, I can't have this conversation about Michael because I'm still hurting from it. So whatever preventative measures were taken after he was murdered, they were not enough for students. So we need to be working on helping them heal.
Hi, I'm Christian. She already introduced us. I'm coming here, like she said, on behalf of the student body. We feel that we are not greatly represented here. We feel like this meeting, even things like that, like we don't have a say in how we're taught, how we are protected, and all of that. And it's really important to a lot of students, and some people might not think that, but it's very important to students that they feel safe in their own schools, but also be respected. A lot of different things happen in our schools that not a lot of students are comfortable speaking about, and when we sit down and talk to them about it, it's like a whole new world opens up, a whole new side of Raytown School District. And I think it's really important that we begin to actually try to gain representation for them and speak for them, with them, not just like as overbearing power, but actually working with them and understanding what they want to do. Yeah.
When talking to the students about the Michael Parks gun violence incident, they specifically wanted the board members to know, because I discussed coming to this meeting, they wanted you guys to know that they do not think that extra disciplinary measures should necessarily be taken, because gun violence is a cycle of which students at our school already feel so criminalized that they are now beginning to act out criminalization. So they have asked us to tell you, please do not criminalize them more. Instead, we need to be doing, someone suggested a community roundtable, someone suggesting bringing in positive influences to show them that there's better ways to get out of this. We need to be doing poverty prevention measures, but we do not need to be criminalizing students. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Next we have Jeremy Luce.
I don't have anything to say. I was just further down the case.
All right. Looking to make sure of students. How about Carrie Luce?
I would say,
Same, okay. Janelle House.
Hello.
Oh,
Thank you for your time and attention tonight. Concerning discipline policies, the board and the district would like to see fewer OSS and ISS incidents. But how many of these incidents are from repeat offenders? Are the same 50 kids getting OSS and ISS over and over again, or are a few hundred kids responsible for those numbers? Spending $1.1 million over 5 years and another $1 million every year for staffing is a very steep price to pay to lower our OSS and ISS rate. Where would this money for the restorative practices program and staffing come from? There must be a more cost-effective way to reduce these numbers. Also, is the district investigating whether more students of a particular race end up in OSS or ISS? To me, who cares what your color is? If you commit the infraction, then you get the consequence. Race should play no role in determining the consequence of misbehavior. As a former high school teacher, I'm also very concerned about putting one more thing on teachers' plates. As Dr. Huff said at the November board meeting, this would be a monumental shift in the district. I'm all for lowering the OSS and ISS rates, but we need to be fiscally responsible and remember how much our teachers are already doing. At the last board meeting, Mr. Burton said, quote, "We want to change how people are being treated," end quote. Has the board or district received complaints about how students or staff are being treated? If so, how many complaints? If people are being treated unfairly, then something should be done about it. However, isn't it possible that people perceive they are being treated unfairly when really they are not? You have heard the saying, perception is reality. How do we determine whether someone is truly being treated unfairly or whether they just perceive that to be true? Who determines what is considered fair treatment? And this leads us to the idea of equity. Which definition are you using? The dictionary says it is fairness or justice in the way people are treated, freedom from bias or favoritism. Another definition says equity is about dividing everyone into competing racial groups and ensuring race-based equality of outcomes and using racial discrimination to get there. The former sounds reasonable, but what if it progresses into the latter? If RQS is looking for equal outcomes for each student, that's an impossible goal. Equality in opportunities is what we should be aiming for, understanding that each person will do something different with the opportunities he or she is presented with. We also need to remember that just because outcomes are not equal, that does not mean that inequality or inequity was the cause. Some schools that have embraced equity lower their overall standards so no one succeeds too much and everyone ends up mediocre, and I sure hope that is not what RQS is considering. Thanks for considering my thoughts and concerns tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think this says manual buffer.
Buffer.
Buffer. Sorry.
All right, no, it's fine. It's fine. I have terrible handwriting. Okay, so, my name is Manuel. Spent 4 years in debate, 6 years in debate total in college, high school. Have a degree in chemistry, a degree in physics. I'm here to talk about masks and how they do not work, and this has been nearly conclusively examined by the Cato Institute, published November 8, 2021. They went through all the studies going back over 100 years, pre-Spanish flu pandemic in 1918. I'm just going to read a couple bits. So the intro. Until April 2020, the WHO COVID-19 guidelines stated that cloth masks are not recommended under any circumstance. Updated in June 2020 that widespread use of masks by healthy people in community settings is not yet supported by high quality or direct scientific evidence. Okay, a Cochrane review found no statistically significant difference in infection rates between the masked and the unmasked groups of any in the trial. Okay, I spent all day going through this. I was gonna go through and say, well, bullet pointed. I'm not gonna do that. 3 minutes isn't enough. They point out a lot of studies that show positive benefits in very narrow, limited situations. They show lots of studies that show harms, actual harms from the petri dishes being on these children's faces. In here, document. They pull out problems in the conclusions of lots of the studies that show real benefit in preventing the spray and the spread of stuff. This is very thorough. Like I said, came out 64 pages. They went through hundreds of studies for over the last hundreds of years. I'm going to get to one point in particular, the harms of masks, okay? And this is where it really comes into schools. All right, we can debate all we want about the findings of these studies were 1% decrease in infection rate, okay? That sounds super, okay, so minimal benefits. So, one in particular talks about the harms of these. And it gets to that some evidence suggests masks may cause non-infection related harms, such as breathing difficulties, psychological burdens, impaired communication, skin irritation or breakdowns, and headaches. I get headaches when I wear these too long. I'm certain everybody else has gotten headaches when they wear them too long. Okay? For children, it's the psychological burdens and the impaired communication. We are teaching these kids. Okay, my kid is on the spectrum. He needs the social benefits of being able to see faces, speak to his friends. Not only is this not very dangerous to children, the masks don't do anything, guys. And if they did, it's very small and in a very narrow situation that nowhere reflects a school or any part of a school. Hallways, classrooms, none of it. All right? I suggest you all look this up. Cato Institute, November 8th, 2021. It's dense, boring as crap, and they get into the nitty-gritty, but they go through it. And it's definitely worth reading. And it's not great. Okay, and our kids should not wear them. They have to go.
Thank you.
They have to go swim.
Next, we have Mark Barber.
Okay. Thank you, board, for taking the time to talk to me. I am a brand new teacher to Raytown. I've spent 20 years in education. And I just wanted to say, first and foremost, how thankful I am to be a Raytown school employee. Some things that just stand out to me that come across is the amount of preparation that Raytown gave me to be a teacher here, to teach the kids virtually, whether it be the in-person training that occurred for 5 days, the 5 days of BIS training, the 3 days as a new employee, and all the staff members and supportive people that have helped me just be prepared to work. The infrastructure that Raytown has for virtual is phenomenal. We work with over 270 kids, K to 5, and we're working and we're teaching them every single day. The supportive people at Little Blue Elementary, everywhere from Dr. Schmidley to our virtual team to the Title I teachers, when they literally say we're going to help you with something, they do. If they need, if we need assistance, they will help us. And then the families. I am so blessed with the 27 Raytown school families that I see every single day. Their children, their parents. Amazing. I've been invited to skating parties. I've been invited to cookouts. I've been invited to so many things. They've just been so inclusive and wonderful that I'm just thrilled to come to work every single day. When we talk about teamwork, Raytown talks about we're going to be unstoppable and we're going to help you out if you need that, and I've seen that. I've seen that whether it be a principal, whether it be a fellow teacher, whether it be a curriculum coach or various people. One thing I wanted to talk a little bit about today with my last minute as a virtual teacher. As a virtual teacher, we are seeing families in their homes and we're teaching kids virtually, obviously. They are separate from all the kids that are receiving services inside the school. And one of the tough things for me as an educator is that generally when I taught in person, kids would receive services such as special education. There would be all kinds of different services that kids would have during the day, ELL services and the like. Virtually, Raytown has come on board with that. We have a social worker or librarian that meets with them once a week or twice a week, twice a month or something like that. But I'm just looking for, is there any ways that we can think a little bit more about including the virtual kids into the things that are going on in the schools? One exciting thing that we just did is we had them come in and take their pictures. They're also really excited about the book fair. Just anything else like that that can help the virtual kids feel just a part of Raytown schools, I think would be great. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have one more speaker. If anybody wants to, they should probably go to the table in the back and sign up if you change your mind about speaking. But as for now, our last speaker is Dr. Madeleine Douglas.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I don't have any notes or anything. I just want to first get up and thank the Raytown School District and the teachers who have worked so diligently and hard with our students. And I wanted to get up and advocate for some more diversity and cultural training for our teachers. I think the teachers kind of get a bad rap of you don't care, you have favoritism, or you treat the whites better than you treat the blacks, or you treat the blacks better than you treat the white, when it really is a matter of training. And cultural diversity training is so needed. You don't necessarily get the same results out of teaching everybody or trying to discipline everybody the same way. It's a cultural thing. It really is a cultural thing. And if we learn a little bit more about each other's culture, I'm a former director of a large children's home here in Kansas City, had some of the toughest African American and whites, Latino children to come in there that everybody thought would be nothing. We took special diversity training because we realized we couldn't treat one just like we treat, all fair and equal ain't always all fair and equal. So I came up today to just kind of say to the board, I'd like to see you invest a little bit more time, energy into some more cultural diversity training, and I think that you would get some better discipline results out of that. And I'm grateful for these young people. I came to push with them for a program of nothing about us without us. You cannot do anything for children who are in trouble, children who are striving to do good, bad, whatever, unless you include them. That again takes some training to see how you include not only the kids who are making A's and B's at the table. Sometimes you got to get the generals and the lieutenants who are showing their behinds to come to the table because they got the secret inside of them. So I would just push for that. I'm not here to bash or to beat up anybody because I'm a teacher and I know what it takes to be a teacher. I know the headache that it takes, but I'm asking that the board would consider all teachers, because you got a lot of African American children. I'm African American. I know how you have to sometimes look and give them another little. I was at a football game the other day when it was cutting up. My own race was cutting up, and I saw some white teachers trying to get them to calm down, but what they were doing really was disrespectful to the students. I know they didn't mean to be, they just didn't know how to be. I just put the mama, that mama look and that cultural, and they straightened up. I'm saying we need to train. We need more training, more cultural and diversity training. Thank you for this time.
Thank you. I don't believe there's anyone else that has signed up, correct?
Some hand back there.
Oh,
Got one right now, sign. Don't delay.
Tony Gonzalez said, hello, Miss Fishton.
next we have Virginia Pennington.
That's me. Virginia Pennington, I am a parent in the district. I have 2 children at Raytown South High, and I've been in the district with them since kindergarten, my son. And I have been involved in PTA at many levels, and I am currently serving on the Missouri PTA Board of Managers as the advocacy chair. And so I just wanted to kind of offer to you guys that Missouri, one of the positions on the Missouri PTA Board is diversity chair. We have a brand new diversity chair who is a Raytown South graduate, currently lives in Springfield. And so I just wanted to offer that diversity, equity, inclusion is definitely a hot topic with us right now. And she's really on fire and really wants to make a difference. So I would just encourage you guys to make use of that resource as you think about things.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that is the last of everyone that signed up. And just on behalf of the board, I just wanted to say that I had the opportunity to speak with the student at Ray South, and she asked me a question. She said, what does the board want us to know? If we could speak to the students. And I think I can speak for all of us. We're all here to serve the students. We want the students to know that the board wants you to be encouraged. We want you to know that you have advocates, not just us, but everybody that's sitting here in our community that are concerned for you. And we know that in order for us to be successful, you have to be successful. And while each one of us has different skills and gifts and interests and things, we strive to come together as a board and work in consensus in everything that we do and everything that we consider. We try to do it for the benefit of all. And so we want to make sure that everybody feels included and welcomed in our community. We know that the goals are lofty and sometimes can't be obtained, but they're still our goals. And sometimes we don't even achieve it amongst ourselves on the board. But we do know that we have to model, we have to show that as leaders. And so we just want you to be encouraged and know that we're working and we're always here to listen, because there's a lot of things going on the outside of us. Raytown is surrounded by the whole world, including this metro, and we have a great opportunity to be leaders, because while every place claims to be diverse, but I don't know any place that's more diverse than us. And so we should benefit from that. And I will say, I believe our students are showing us how to do that for the most part. And so where we may have disagreements, let's all keep in mind that unity is the only way that we're going to proceed and improve. So this concludes our list of speakers this evening. Our next forum is scheduled for Monday, November 29th at 6 p.m. right here at the same location. And we thank you for the courage to share your thoughts this evening. Your input is important as we continue this conversation in the coming weeks. Our hope is to work together on these issues in order to provide a safe, welcoming environment that allows our students, all our students, to reach their full potential. Thank you.